Hi, it's Elizabeth. I am here with my Presidium gem tester. I have a different one than most people have. However, it works much the same way. And I wanted to look at these gems from all over the world. This is a little case that I had gotten a while back, and I wanted to have it as examples of what different gems and stones look like. So now the Presidium only tests for transparent gems. Okay. So, and it doesn't test for all transparent gems, but we can tell, generally speaking, whether something is a stone or a gem versus glass by using the tester, and we can pick out certain specific gems. And I always have people asking about opaque gemstones and how they test on the Presidium. Well, the machine's not made to test those, but I just thought that we would go through these and write down what the possibilities are that it comes up with. Let's say for howlite, if it comes up in the quartz and spinel or something like that, we'll write down quartz and spinel so that we'll have that as a reference going forward. That does not mean that that is quartz or spinel. It just means that that is how it tests, and that's maybe something that we can use to narrow down what something is. But I want to stress that the Presidium tester does not tell you what opaque gemstones are. Okay, so it's just sort of a fun thing to try. Okay, and I've got a notebook over here, and I'm going to write down as we go through here. So the first one is howlite, and how this particular one works. This is the power button. You can put it on batteries or you can plug it in. When it's off, you push this for a few seconds and then it will turn on, and you need to wait for it to warm up. And then it's giving us the options of test, setting, calibrate. Obviously right now we want to test, and then I'm going to hit this button and it says depress tip. Okay, so I'm going to do the howlite. Okay, and the howlite is coming up as chrysoberyl, spinel, and topaz. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. I don't know that that's going to be helpful, but it might be helpful sometime in the future. So howlite, chrysoberyl, spinel, and topaz. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna do, the next one is labradorite. So I'm gonna do that one. Okay, that one comes up as glass. Okay. But we know it's not glass, but we can tell by looking at it what it is. So there we go. So we're going to do lab glass. And you may have different results than I'm getting. This is just a little experiment that we're doing. Okay. All right. Next is citrine, which is already on here because it's quartz, but let's just, for the heck of it, see if it turns out quartz. So I'm gonna say test. And let me see if I can, a little hard to get at the right angle there. Okay, So that is coming up with 18 possibilities, okay? So, and that's one of the quirks of the Presidium gem tester. It gives you a whole range of stones that something can be, and you still need the knowledge to be able to pick out that, okay, that's yellow and it's, you know, it looks like quartz, so that's probably citrine. Let me test it and see if it comes up as quartz. Okay, so the options here are almandine, aquamarine, chrysoprase, demantoid, emerald, goshenite, helidor, hessonite, jadeite, morganite, nephrite, paraiba, peridot, pyrope, rubellite, spessartite. I don't think it came up as quartz. So anyways, tourmaline and tsavorite. So that is, that citrine is, would require testing a few more times. Anyways, I'm not going to test the ones going forward that should be in here. I'm just going to test the opaque gemstone, the opaque stones. Okay. Okay. Well, this is preonite. It is kind of clear, but it's not one that the machine tests for. So let me see. Okay, that one's coming up as basically those same stones. So it's not very helpful. Okay, and then we've got red quartz, smoky quartz, amethyst, fluorite. I can't remember whether fluorite's on here or not. I don't think it is, but I'm going to just test it. Okay, so that came up as 9 options. So amethyst, aventurine, maybe you can really see this, citrine, demantoid, hessonite, jadeite, peridot, quartz, and tsavorite. Okay, so let me go through those again because I want to write those down. Okay. All right, this was fluorite. Fluorite. Aventurine, citrine, demantoid, and hessonite. Okay. Jadeite and peridot. Okay. Quartz and tsavorite. Okay. I did want to just show you that when you're testing your clear gemstones, you can utilize the color filter. So this, I tested that fluorite and it was sort of blue. I could go down here and do color filter and choose blue, and it narrows it down, you see, to those stones that generally would come in blue. But it's just something that you need to have a good understanding of the stones in order to tell what they are or what they're not. And I have some understanding. I don't have the most understanding. I think that I know what I don't know, which I think is a good thing. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna test again. I'll do red jasper. Okay, test. And that one came up with 20 options. So here, almandine, amethyst, aquamarine, aventurine, citrine, demantoid, emerald, goshenite, helidor, hessonite, jadeite, morganite, paraiba, peridot, pyrope, and quartz, and rubellite, and spessartite, and tourmaline, and tsavorite. Okay, I'm not going to write those down because it's relatively easy to identify a jasper by sight. Okay, let's do this moonstone. We'll see if it comes up the same as the labradorite. They are very close cousins, and I wonder if it's going to test the same. Okay. Yeah, that one came up as glass as well. So I'll just add that over here, lab and moonstone. Okay. All right. We'll do tiger eye. I mean, tiger eye is easily identified by sight. However, just want to see what it comes up as. Yeah, so that comes up with 17 options as well. You know, and it is a quartz, so I would expect quartz to be in the list, but it's not. It's, you know, it's a little bit different than the quartzes that this machine measures, which is clear quartz, amethyst, citrine. Yeah, I think that's it. So anyways, there we are. And then we've got carnelian, which is, you know, it's an agate. At least that's what I call it. I know there's some discussion about it being other things, but I think that you have to just take the information, the best information that you can, and that's why I think of carnelian as an agate. So this one, this one also came up with a ton of things. Okay, so I'm not going to bother writing that down because it is easily identified through the eyes. Let's see. We have Amazonite, which is also, oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about quartz. Okay, I'm not the expert of experts. Quartz is a large family of stones, okay? And there's clear quartzes. Those are macrocrystalline quartz, meaning they have large crystals that you can see. And then there are microcrystalline and oh, I forgot the other word. Anyways, microcrystalline, and then even smaller quartz where you can't really see the crystals, and those are broken up into, you know, agates and jaspers, but agates and jaspers are both chalcedonies. So chalcedony is a quartz, agate and jasper are chalcedonies. So they're all quartzes, but they are not going to test the same as a, you know, a clear quartz or a citrine or an amethyst with this. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And if anybody has anything to add, please do add in the comments. You know, like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just trying to pass on a little bit of the knowledge that I do have. Okay, so we're gonna do this Amazonite, which is also fairly easily identifiable with the eye, but just want to see how that one comes up so that you can see. Okay, that one's coming up with 9 possibilities. Almandine, aquamarine, emerald, goshenite, helidor, iolite, morganite, pyrope, spessartite. There we go. Okay, so we have rose quartz, which we know it tests for, and we have moss agate, like the carnelian. It doesn't test for that, but it is related to quartz. And then we have clear quartz, And this is supposed to be black obsidian, which is a volcanic glass. And let's test it and see if it comes up as glass. Yep, glass. Okay, just like I would have expected. So next one is kunzite. It's Kunzite. Okay, and this one, oh, let's see. Okay, this one, it doesn't even register as glass. Okay, so this is one of those cases where the gemstone doesn't register on the machine at all. I have another kunzite, so I'm gonna see if I can grab that really fast. Bear with me, bear with me. Okay, well, I take it back. I guess I don't have another one. So there we go. So kunzite is coming up as nothing. And some other things that would come up as nothing are plastic. I believe shell comes up as nothing. You know, that sort of a thing. Here we've got yellow jade, which would come up either jadeite or nephrite. Okay, we have aventurine, and that is also a quartz. So the same story with moss agate and carnelian. Then we've got lapis. Okay, and lapis, when I do this little test, okay, that one comes up with 11 options. Okay, we've got okay, lapis, almandine, aqua, emerald, goshenite, okay, helidor, iolite, morganite, nephrite, pyrope, spessartite. Let's see if that was it. Oh, tanzanite. Okay, it's clearly none of those things, but again, just to give you an idea of how it would test and how the Presidium is really not very useful for opaque gemstones. Okay, next one is garnet, and this machine tests for a bunch of different types of garnet. Some of them that I've been reading out are like almandine, pyrope, spessartite. There's, I think, a couple different versions of, you know, different variations of garnet that it tests for as well. Okay, so I'm not going to bother with that. And then we've got green quartz, and we've got rutilated quartz. So there we go. So, and something that I wanted to just note is that these machines are a little fussy, and you have to recalibrate them, especially the one that sits on your desk that most people use. some people end up with really good ones that aren't so fussy, but a lot of people have fussy ones. I've had a fussy one, and then I've had one that just did not work, period. So that's why I decided to get this one. Okay, and this is the PGI. It's the Presidium Gem Indicator. Okay, but you know, in order to be very confident about the reading for any of these, I would test it multiple times and just make sure that it's showing up consistently before saying, yes, that's topaz, let's say. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. What I've got I have a tray of stones that are identified, and I'm going through and making sure that they are coming up on the tester the way that they were identified. And if you're interested in watching any of that, please go ahead and let me know. I know this is not exactly exciting content, but I thought it would be informative. And then I do have this tray that has things that are not identified that I need to work out what they are. Okay, so there we go. And a gemologist would use multiple tools to figure out what a stone is, right? I mean, they use their eyes. Probably not going to use a gem tester like that, but they're going to measure the refractive index. They're going to see, like with the Presidiums, it's like a thermal conductivity is what it's actually measuring. There's a suite of tools that you would use if you really wanted to get into identifying gems. And I have some of those tools, but I haven't fully learned how to use them. But it's just wanted to share it. Okay, I hope that this was informative, and love you, and talk to you later.